So if you're into custom mechanical keyboards, you probably know KBDFans as the go-to place for budget custom boards. Well, now they have an even more budget-friendly board, the KBD67 Lite, coming in at $110. This is the budget version of the KBD67, which is normally over $200. The entire kit comes inside this nice KBDFans branded carrying case. Inside the case, you get a bag for the screws, mini screwdriver, and bump-ons, as well as some foam pads to soften the bottom out of the stabilizers. You also get a coiled USB-A to USB-C cable. It's decent, but the plastic coating looks and feels a little bit cheap to me. Now onto the board itself. If you couldn't already tell by the name, this is a lighter and cheaper version of the KBD67. This maintains the same layout with the blocker on the bottom right, but uses an injection molded plastic case instead of aluminum. There's no weight, and instead has some KBDFans branding on the back molded into the case. Between the PCB and bottom of the case, there's a sheet of foam with cutouts for the Hotswap sockets. The PCB comes with KL Hotswap sockets, so it has a fixed layout, and it's the same PCB that you'd find on the regular KBD67. Between the PCB and polycarbonate plate, there's a layer of silicone that acts as a sound dampener and also the alignment method. The exposed silicone is sandwiched between the top and bottom case, and that's how the board is held straight. On the top case, there are small silicone pads for mounting and also metal screw fasteners so that there's no risk of cracking the case. After removing the plate, you can see that it's super flexible, so you'll get a softer bottom out when typing and a deeper sound overall. Here's the silicone dampener, which is similar to how Rama does their mute mount. It prevents the board from sounding hollow and helps to keep the plate aligned. There are a few metal standoffs on the PCB to make sure that the plate sits at the right height when mounted. Cherry screw and stabs are included in this model, but newer models will come with KBDFans' own screw and stabs. Since I already have the board disassembled, I'm going to remove the stabs to install the foam stickers that were included. This is something I definitely recommend doing since it'll result in a less harsh bottom out sound when you press down on your stabilizers. You can see that part of the sticker hangs off for the spacebar and backspace keys, so I'm just going to cut the excess off with some scissors before I put it back together. One nice touch is that these stabilizers come pre-clipped and pre-lubed. I think they did a pretty good job lubing them, so I'm going to leave them as is. Now let's reassemble the board, throw some switches and caps on, and see how it sounds. For switches, I have Kiwis filmed and lubed with Krytox 205G0. For caps, I'm using GMK white on black. Overall, it's a super clean looking build with the smoky housing, white silicone, and black and white caps. The touch of brass color from the fasteners is also a nice touch. With switches and caps, this board weighs 1 pound 4.5 ounces, or 582 grams. With all that out of the way, let's get on to the sound test. I think overall this board sounds great. It's got a really deep sound because of the silicone dampener and polycarbonate plate combined with the plastic case. There's a bit of extra room in the bottom to add even more foam if you want, but I don't really think it's necessary. The stabilizers sound really good without any modding, and there's barely any rattle. There's a really nice feel when typing on the board since there's so much flex to it, and it's more even since it's a sandwich mount instead of a tray mount like you'd find on a tofu board. For the price, you're getting a ton of features that make this superior to other budget plastic custom mechanical keyboards like the NK65, like screw-in stabilizers, silicone dampening between the plate and PCB, metal screw fasteners, and a sandwich mount design. If you're on a budget and looking for a light, portable, beginner-friendly board that still has a lot of customizability, consider getting the KBD67 Lite. They already had a group buy for round 2 of this board that had an option for a Bluetooth version, and I'm sure they plan on having even more rounds of group buys in the future. Anyways, I hope you liked my review of the KBD67 Lite. If you did, consider subscribing to see more videos like this in the future. It really helps me out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.